When talking with women, Sigma guys often have a few tricks under their sleeves and take a more unconventional approach than other men, who tend to follow the dull, conventional path. Others may think it odd or even creepy. The ones that break the norms are Sigma guys. They are unique, yet their strange strategies may work very well. These guys are secretive, sophisticated, and always seem to be in charge. Despite the fact that most men are predictable, women are never sure what to anticipate from a Sigma guy since he is like a puzzle that they cannot fully solve. Women often experience a strong connection to him but may not know why. So what are their strange secrets? One encouraging her to reveal who she really is. Women are complicated beings, and it can be challenging to uncover their true selves. They may say one thing but feel another. The only way to get to the bottom of this is to comprehend their inner world, which will not only help you get to know her better, but also strengthen your relationship with her, something that most men don't even consider. There is a fine line between being annoying and teasing in a playful way, so use your judgment even though it may seem strange. Sigma men are not afraid to use their wit to challenge her, provoke her, and bring out the real person behind the mask. This is a subtle yet powerful tactic that will make you stand out from all the other guys. If used properly, this strategy may be quite successful. Any response she offers will let them know what they need to know since Sigma males are extremely good at deceiving others. Provocation is a fantastic method to develop genuine connection between you two. It's not about controlling her, but rather about comprehending her. With a few questions or remarks, Sigma guys may uncover a woman's genuine personality because they know how to challenge our comfort zone and elicit her innermost thoughts, which enables them to glimpse the real person hiding behind the mask. 2. Observing silence for brief periods of time to gauge her response. Many guys talk excessively and fill the room with their words rather than allowing women to speak and express themselves because they are so anxious to impress them. Sigma men are never scared to allow a little period of time to pass because they recognize the power of silence and how it can be utilized to build tension. As they watch her emotions, she begins to question why Sigma is silent, which makes her feel uneasy in a positive manner. This is a useful strategy that not many guys are aware of. Sigma men use silence as a tactic to get women to open up and tell him what's on their minds. This often works because women are more likely to talk when there is no conversation going on, so even though it may seem awkward done right, it can be quite sexy. This tactic also helps Sigma learn more about the woman he is talking to because he can watch her body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice to better understand who she is. 3 things. A few moments of silence can reveal so much more than words ever could. Most men will stop at nothing to get a woman's attention, but Sigma men take the opposite tack. No matter how hard she tries to get them to chase after her, they will never do it. It may seem strange, but these men know that chasing someone only makes them more frustrated and disappointed. They also know instinctively that the most attractive thing they can do is not given. This strategy offers 2 main advantages. First of all, it creates mystery and intrigue surrounding the guy since she can't immediately figure him out. Secondly, it demonstrates to her that he is a self-sufficient and confident person, qualities that most women really appreciate in a relationship. Sigma men are naturally self-assured enough to step back and let women approach them. Instead, they utilize the power of attraction and understand that the greatest way to get a woman's attention is to not chase her. It may sound strange, but it works like a charm. 4. Recommending unconventional dates that don't include super and moves. The majority of males go on the same predictable dates with women. There is nothing wrong with enjoying a romantic stroll, a romantic supper and movie, or a stroll in the park. Sigma guys love to plan unusual, memorable dates since they believe they don't adequately convey the spirit of getting to know someone. Women like surprises, so this is a terrific way to show her your individuality. It may be anything from a picnic in an unusual place to a boat trip in the middle of the night, or even going to a painting class together. Finding a way to share something unique with each other is more important than having the priciest meal. So dates don't have to be costly or extravagant, but still thrilling and unforgettable. Of course, this doesn't imply you should constantly go on the most unusual dates. You just need to understand when being innovative is okay and when a more conventional dinner and movie is more suited. Women find Sigma guys very appealing because they know how to achieve the ideal balance between the two. 5. Reverse psychology. This is an odd but useful tactic used by Sigma men to persuade women to do something they wouldn't normally do. For instance, rather than telling her what he wants, he might tell her the opposite to get her to do it. This is a good way to get what you want without actually asking for it because women are more receptive when they feel in control of the situation. This approach may be utilized in a variety of scenarios, such as convincing her to choose what to do on a date or asking for something without really asking for it. Sigma men are particularly skilled at it because they understand how reverse psychology works and know just how to use it. Reverse psychology is a powerful tool for persuading women to do something they otherwise wouldn't do, but it should only be used carefully and sparingly as it can be interpreted as manipulative if done too frequently. Successful use of this technique necessitates a high level of fitness and an awareness of human nature. 6. Paying close attention to the words she chooses and the narrative she presents. There is always a hidden meaning behind what people say, and Sigma men are experts at finding it. While most men take everything they hear at face value, these men look past the surface to find out what really motivates her. They may not talk much, but this allows them to think carefully about what she is saying and extract important information. Sigma males are naturally highly perceptive and pay close attention to every detail, including the words she uses and the stories she tells. Because Sigma men are adept at reading people, they utilize this ability to get to know her better. They focus on the little things that most people miss, including body language, word choice, and voice tone, which helps them understand her true nature and what drives her. Though it could take some getting accustomed to, this method can help you acquire real insight into a woman's nature. It may sound strange, but if done with the proper intentions, it works astonishingly effectively. It's not about gazing like a creep, but rather about knowing the person in front of you. 7. Making unusual compliments. While most men use generic remarks like, "You're pretty" or "You look nice," Sigma men are more inventive and creative and know how to make a woman feel special without coming across as corny or cliched. They accomplish this by giving her unusual compliments rather than focusing on her appearance, such as praising her for a skill or project she is working on, or praising her wit and intelligence instead of her appearance. This demonstrates attention to detail and respect for her identity rather than simply her appearance. It can be challenging to learn, but once you get the hang of it, you'll discover that women respond well to this type of approach. You can see how their facial expressions change when you say something original and meaningful, leaving them perplexed but impressed, and they will say funny things at unexpected times. Women like these kinds of compliments because they don't hear them often, and it increases a man's level of attractiveness in their eyes. One of the most effective ways to communicate with women is through humor, which breaks the ice and fosters a more open and laid-back environment. However, most men attempt to be funny too much, which comes across as forced or even annoying. It's as if they're trying to impress her with their wit instead of letting it come naturally. This not only destroys the creative edge of being funny, but it also makes her uncomfortable, not to mention how difficult it is to continue a conversation if the man is constantly trying to make comments. When it comes to humor, timing is everything, and Sigma men use it sparingly and carefully. They know when to make a joke without coming across as forced, and they make sure the joke is appropriate for the situation and not too offensive or vulgar. While it's always a good idea to lighten the mood with some humor, it should always be done naturally and at the right time. Although it may sound odd, surprising a lady with amusing remarks might make her value your presence. 9. Using smart one-liners and clever comebacks to undermine women's defenses. Men need to know how to disarm women because they often throw up barriers to shield themselves from possible harm. The easiest way to achieve this is with funny one-liners and deft comebacks. Since women don't anticipate males to be witty or creative, when they do, it frequently surprises them and opens them up. Sigma men are adept at disarming these barriers with the appropriate words, and their comments are often witty enough to make women laugh, which is beneficial. It all comes down to knowing the woman's psychology and how to present yourself in a way that makes her feel comfortable. Break down the walls and put her at ease so that he has a better chance to go deeper without her feeling threatened. As long as the remarks are made in good taste and aren't too offensive, they can be incredibly effective in making a woman more relaxed and open up to him. 10. Using civil body language signs to see if she is catching on. One thing that men frequently find difficult is determining a woman's level of interest. Due to their ignorance of the subtle body language cues she is giving off, they frequently miss out on important signals. She may unintentionally do some subtle things, like play with her hair or look away when he talks, but most men are unable to read these signs. The ability to recognize subtle cues is a crucial skill that few men possess. Not only does it help them better understand the woman they are speaking to, but it also enables them to effectively convey their feelings without even saying a word. These are the nuances that Sigma men pay attention to and understand. They can tell when she is interested or bored without her having to say it out loud, which allows them to adjust their tactics accordingly. 11. Sigma. Men like to test the waters and challenge the woman they are speaking to, whether it's in person or online. Instead of playing it safe and asking the same predictable questions that everyone else asks, they use something a little more stimulating. They might ask her something she hasn't heard before or something she isn't used to hearing. This helps break the ice and shows her that he isn't afraid to challenge people's preconceptions. It also enables her to open up and share more about herself. To build a relationship, you must dive deeper than the obvious and discuss more complex subjects. Even if they don't acknowledge it, testing her with inquiries like these is a useful method of doing this. Women find it appealing when a guy is prepared to challenge her and push her beyond her comfort zone. It's not about coming off as arrogant or scary, but rather about demonstrating your genuine desire in learning more about her.